Throughout the years, computer scientists have worked to make technology smaller. From the very first International Business Personal Computer, or IBM PC, to the smartphones and tablets we use, to the toys kids use to play with. All of these utilize some sort of microcontroller or motherboard to keep them running. In comes Ibn Upton, a director of Broadcom Corporations. He, along with a group of teachers, developed a small computer that would inspire and introduce students and children to programming. This led to the creation of Raspberry Pi. Since its launch in 2012, the Raspberry Pi has been used in education and for personal use. So for you to know what a Raspberry Pi is, for you to know what a Raspberry Pi can do, you have to know what a Raspberry Pi is. A Raspberry Pi is a small board and dynamic microcontroller capable of becoming a small computer. In fact, some people consider the Raspberry Pi a small board computer. It has a 1.2 gigahertz 64-bit quad-core processor, meaning it has enough power to handle simple tasks a normal PC can do. Like many computers differ from processors, so do Raspberry Pi models. Model B has various ports, such as USB to connect a keyboard and a mouse, Ethernet to be able to connect to the internet via cable, and an HDMI port to have a video source such as a monitor or a TV. It also has a 3.5mm audio jack to connect headphones, Bluetooth 4.1 to connect to a Bluetooth speaker, Bluetooth keyboard, or a Bluetooth mouse, and it has an SD card slot so you're able to upgrade your system memory. Its default operating system is called Raspbian and is a Linux operating system based off of a Debian operating system. But it is not only limited to Raspbian operating system. You're able to connect to it to Windows 10 operating system and Haiku. These operating systems let the Model B run software developing tools. Some examples of these tools are BlueJ and AlgoJD, programs that teach Java and programming that can be used by beginners and kids respectively. If programming is not for you and you want something to learn as a pastime, Raspberry Pi 3 comes installed with Mathematica and Wolfram language and is capable of running Minecraft so you can let your imagination run wild. Like I said before, Raspberry Pi teaches kids and students the basics of programming. Even Upton created Raspberry Pi to inspire children to start a passion to program and to allow them to become future software developers. The main purpose is to provide schools and websites the materials to learn how to program. There are 92 free online courses in the website that are free to use, kid-friendly, and can be learned by anyone. Raspberry Pi Foundation teamed up with Microsoft that allowed students to be able to program inside Minecraft. Such projects in Minecraft can be a photo booth that takes a picture once a player walks in, and they also made a whack-a-mole version called Whack-a-Block. For other resources, they also have a 2-day program of study called Pi Academy, which gives teachers the basic knowledge of programming and computing. Pi Academy teaches the teachers what hardware is used, what language is used, and the terminology to understand what is being said and talked about, which gives them insights on how to be able to teach students how to develop projects for the Raspberry Pi. In 2014, a project was started that gave students hands-on experience with the Raspberry Pi board. Together with the UK Space Agency, the Raspberry Pi Foundation created the AstroPi. The AstroPi is a Raspberry Pi board that comes equipped with a gyroscope, temperature sensor, push buttons, and a few other things. Elementary students were given a chance to create ideas for programs that could be used on the AstroPi. Middle school students were also given that chance. They were, however, given an AstroPi to be able to code their ideas and make them a reality. British astronaut Tim Peake went to the ISS station on November of 2015 with the ideas and programs of the students who were selected as winners for an AstroPi competition. The winners of that competition made programs that could detect crew members in a room and snap a picture, guess where the ISS would be without ever going online, and state which country was in the ISS currently. After a 6-month mission, Peake returned to Earth and gave the winners a copy of the recorded data to show that what their time and dedication had done. All of this from the competition to Tim's mission to the ISS was accomplished with a course on programming and the use of a Raspberry Pi. The Raspberry Pi is a great device that can be the start of a project for a programmer or an ideal lesson to teach students about coding and programming. Observe what the Raspberry Pi team and the UK Space Agency did in the UK. It gave kids between the ages of 11 and 16 plus the opportunity to create their own code, which was used on a Raspberry Pi board. This was the outcome for placing a course of a Raspberry Pi board in the educational system in the UK. Many other people in the UK have created fascinating projects. Even now, those courses talked about have made their way into the US, and both students and teachers are now getting certified in Raspberry Pi. Every project starts with the desire to create.